Okay, it's Alex, the Hold Your Mouth Anglers, back live again. Yeah, I was having some problems. I got caught up in some heavy stuff, so I had to kind of maneuver myself out of there. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw this little top water action, crankbait. It's only gonna be on the surface of the water. It's gonna go down about 2 feet, no more than 3 feet at full reel, at full reeling in speed. As I reel this one in, this crankbait is gonna go and dig down just a tab. It's not gonna dig down too hard, but it's gonna dig down a tab. Um, yeah, baby. But yeah, I'm gonna be throwing this crankbait right here. It's got 3 treble hooks. I just caught a nice one not too long ago. I was fishing in the lily pads. I'm facing a lot of wind right now, so it's gonna be kind of hard to kind of stay in place. And the only thing I did mess up with is I didn't come out here prepared with a sandbag to put my mount on. Um, to hold my mount down, I need some kind of ballast to keep it down. The wind keeps knocking my tripod stand down, and my phone already went in the water twice. Good thing I caught it, and it was in shallow, so I didn't really mess up my phone. Apple makes waterproof phones anyways, so they could take a little bit of the water, no biggie. But yeah, I'm gonna get out a little bit more further out in the middle. I got the depth finder set up, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually turn this around for a second, and I'm gonna get on the depth finder. Um, no, wait up. Let me bring this back this way. I'm gonna get on the depth finder and turn that on really quick, and then get back, see where the fish are gonna be at out here in the middle, and then I'm gonna try to cast and see what I can get, and see if I can pull one up for you guys live. Sometimes it takes a little while, sometimes it doesn't. You know, it all depends if the audience is the ones that are gonna bring me the luck. Yo, what's up, Deshaun? What's going on? Trying to get these bass though. I caught me one today. It was 19 and a half inches. I just registered them in. I'm in 20th place right now. I'm still in second for the biggest bass, but I still got to get the biggest bass in order to win that. So I'm behind right now, but I'm catching up, which is good. I got a feeling I'm gonna actually place in a really good place for the overall, because I still got another 7 days or 8 days to catch up. I only need about 5 or 6 more fish, and I'll be in a really good position then. So if I could catch me another 2 before the day's over with, that are really nice size. I know I can catch a bunch of little ones, but I'm going for the size right now. That's gonna put me up on the board where I need to place at. There's a lot of people in these tournaments, man, so it's very competitive. Fishing against 600 people right now, so a lot of anglers out there, all trying to win money, all going after the biggest fish, all want bragging rights. I don't call it bragging rights. When you're good, it ain't bragging. But yeah, this bait's pretty cool. I'm not gonna get caught up in a bunch of stuff. It's a pretty big presentation. Man, first time I threw this out, actually, I ended up slaying one, and it was a nice sized bass, man. It was actually the biggest one that I caught. Well, no, it was underneath the biggest one that I've caught in this tournament. It was the second biggest. It was a 7 pounds, 7.5 pounds. So I did get $100 from that fish through the Florida Wildlife Commissions. On he registered that fish, you can get paid a little bit off of that. I do got good news though for Hold Your Mouth Anglers. My jersey will be finally in next Friday. It's going to be dope. It looks really sexy. I can't wait. It's about to look really good. Like, I can't wait till I, actually get to see it in my hands and actually put it on. And it's coming right in time. Next week, I got a 3-day tournament with Lucky Go Fishing. This is a really big tournament. It's the beginning of the season. It's going to be a lot of people out there. I'm expecting at least 125. But in the whole entire, in my district, but in the whole entire club, it's a nationwide league. So we all going to be battling to see who can make it to the playoffs. There's like a playoff for this fishing category. So this is going to be my first one. Every time you get in first, second, third place, you get points. And they take the points and add them up. And the top 10 in that division are going to go head-to-head in the playoffs. And then there's going to be a final showdown on who's the baddest fisher of the year. There's a boat that is... they got a boat. Well, it's not a boat. It's a $1,500 kayak, fully loaded, fish finder, the whole works. Really nice kayak, badass like fishing kayak. If you win, plus you win all the pot. The pot's gonna be nice too. So you're looking at it, good couple grand with a $1,500 bass kayak, fully loaded, instruments and everything. So, man, dude, I'm excited about that. I want to bring that baby home because I do like getting on a kayak and tearing them up on a kayak. Also, because you can get in these little tight spots and be able to really catch a real big bass. Well, right now I'm gonna throw this bluegill, some live target bluegill. Really good bait. Real realistic looking. It's big too, so I'm not going to be getting a lot of hookups on it right off the jump. But what's going to happen is I am going to catch big fish off of it. I just bought this bait and it came in the mail today, and they just sent me. Well, I actually just caught one today off of it. And he was a nice size. That was a nice size bass. So hopefully I'll be able to catch me one of these freaking monsters while being on here with you guys. Comps. Man, I'm in Florida. I don't live in ATX no more, man. I've moved from Austin, Texas. My Austin days are over. I'll just go out there to party and celebrate. What's good though about Austin, I am going to be in Austin for a bass tournament off in Travis Lake. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it in May, but I'm going to definitely make it in June or July. So it's going to be a fun experience. I'm going to go out there, man, fish like a day or two, kind of get I'm going to fish the whole weekend, get used to it. Don't put too much pressure on the fish that we're going after, and mark the spots and then go out there, man, and slay them for the actual final tournament. So working this bait right now. Kind of not doing it the way it should be done. So working it really fast right now. I kind of want to get it a little bit further down, so I'm gonna kind of slow it up, just give it a little tap. What I'm doing is I'm making that bait dip kind of like what happens is when the bait's dropping, it looks like a bluegill that got injured. And bass love to get an easy, fast, quick meal like that. They'll slay them, and especially if this bluegill comes anywhere around their bedding area, they're gonna get pissed off, and they're gonna move it. They'll hit it. Sometimes they'll just go ahead and swallow it too if they're hungry and hadn't have the meal, that day. Largemouth bass are very territorial, species. They predators, man. So I wouldn't want to be the little fish in here. Definitely, you're gonna get ate. That's basically what it is. The bigger fish wins the battle in the ocean. Well, I mean, in the lakes, in the ponds and rivers, or even in the ocean, the bigger fish wins. So, shit. I wouldn't want to, reincarnate to a largemouth bass, though. I have guys like me coming out there trying to fish me. But I guess if I was intelligent, man, they won't be able to get me, man. I'll be too smart for them. That's what happens. The big ones are smart. They don't get hit. They don't get bit that much. They don't get hooked that much. Sucks because like the direction I'm going in right now is where the wind's coming from. Wind's blowing out to the west, and it's kind of hard, man, to stay ahead of all this shit. Kind of want to get on the other side and just pitch in the heavy cover. Like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get on that other side. I'm gonna pitch in the heavy cover, and I'll be able to bring one in. Creole for color. What's going on? Yeah, pretty good day today so far. Catching up. In the tournament, got me one bass today. That's the goal, is to catch pretty much one or two during the week. And then on the weekends, I can really slam, and I'll have a lot more time on my hands to actually kind of get down. So I'm working myself. I'm going to bring myself to a different location, get down over here on the other side of the lake where, hopefully I can get in an area where I can kind of just stand put, where it's a little bit more calmer. Water is going to be deeper on this end too, and I've caught some really big ones on this end. So that's the whole entire strategy, is to keep catching the big ones. I've lost a bunch of big ones, man, doing this tournament, actually. I should have been up. I probably would have already caught the biggest fish. I'm pretty sure the one that I lost was the biggest fish that I don't know. I won't say it was, I don't know. I can't really tell because it never really exposed itself. It just was, it stood deep and it digged so hard and so fast. I caught up to it and man, I just couldn't get them up. Like I couldn't get it up. So it pulled actually the whole entire bait off the hook, it pulled it out of the knot, and I lost them, snapped my line. I got 50-pound braid, so like it was a big fish. Probably got caught up in some lily pads and stuff like that. Was able to pull a little harder, and slowly just took the knot out. Usually that's what happens when it's braided. Doesn't really happen often where it snaps the line, but it's possible too. It just doesn't happen often. With fluorocarbon though, you will get some times where a fluorocarbon line will snap. And I actually used to throw some fluorocarbon, and I had to stop immediately because I lost so many fish in this area because there's just so much heavy cover. which makes a big deal. You know what I mean? Well, the heavy cover is more shelter for the baby fish, so that means there's going to be more bait fish for the big fish, and you're going to have a hell of a lot more cover, so there's going to be a lot more bigger fish because they ain't going to always get caught. So that's why I kind of fish in. I kind of fish in the heavy covers and in the open water. That's why I get the most luck at, and what works for me. Trying to feel this little little tap. If I feel that tap, you guys gonna see something, man. It's gonna be fun. Sometimes it's like this though, like you out here on the lake, and you might not get no bites. You might not even get a hit. You know, those days are okay with me. Like, you know, just being out here is relaxing, but you know, you just got to go back out there and try again. You know, especially when you don't, like when I'm under pressure and I'm competing, that's the time when I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to like get my mind right, have a good, really, I'm gonna have to like redeem myself. So like when I do catch, oh shit, wait up. So like when I'm behind and I'm not catching anything and I'm in a tournament, I got a time limit of you know, when the fish ain't gonna, you know, when I gotta stop fishing. And what I do is I just kind of like, I say a prayer for myself. I put some music on, try to get something that's like motivating, you know, kind of motivates me. And then what I'll do is I'll start trying some newer things. Try some different poles with different setups. That helps a lot actually, because when I got a different setup, I'm not fishing that same method over and over again. Sometimes you apply so much pressure on the fish that you don't want to keep like putting that same pressure. You want to kind of switch it up and throw some different out, you know what I mean? Put a different bait out on there. That's what like, you know, I try to do when I'm behind and I'm not catching anything and I got a time limit. And I'm also kind of looking at the conditions of, you know, the weather. Is it windy? You know, is it you know, cloudy? Is it, you know, just straight sunny? Like right now, we don't even have a cloud in the sky. There's not a cloud in the sky right now. We just got straight sun. The moon's behind me. I'm heading west right now, but it's like I'm kind of cruising with the current right now, and I'm just fishing along this grass line. So I'm throwing this bluegill. I'm working them, you know, for a little bit. And what I might actually end up doing here, if I don't get any hits, like, or any bites, getting close to about halfway through this area, I might switch it up. I might actually throw what is it called? A spinner bait. And I'll show you guys what a spinner is in a second. But I might throw that on there, have a little bit more of a vibration approach to it. They got 2 blades on there, Colorado blade, and this like a regular, they call it like a teardrop blade. And those are 2 different types of shape blades, but I have some that are like gold and silver, so I'll get the reflection. And that the wind is actually, those days you want to kind of throw a little bit something that's going to be more loud, more vibration. The fish are not going to be as like finicky when you fishing in the wind, so they're not going to really get scared of the bait. They want to hear that reaction bait. So I could throw like a few different things out there. I could throw this this is a chatterbait, black and blue, with I have a swim bait attached to it from Rage. that's a good bait. You know, dark presentation, and then dark colors. I might even go with a white or go with a really light color and just kind of work the bait in a little. I could go medium depth. I could go off the top of the water depth, or I could go all the way straight down on the bottom and just rip it on the edge of the grass line. Nice little duck right there. Um, that's a good way of actually catching fish when you under weather conditions of when it gets windy outside. Literally any kind of weightless Texas rig isn't gonna work really too well, because your bait is not gonna drop at that rate that you want it to drop in. So that's one of my methods, and I've caught and I've actually won tournaments on windy conditions because I know how to adapt to different weather changes. And that's what's gonna make you and separate you from, uh, that's gonna give you a different skill set. Like, that's the skill set you gotta have in order to be, a really good angler. You gotta be able to adjust really quickly, and when you do that, you're going to you're gonna catch some fish. You're gonna catch more fish is when you're able to adapt. Know what moon phase, know the water pressure, the air pressure, all those meters. Water temperature is really good if you want to even track that. This bait, I've caught some of my biggest bass off of the same bait in the biggest tournaments that I've been in last year. This was my go-to bait last year when I was fishing. This was a way. This bait saved the day, actually, a lot of times saved the day. So see what I can do with it going on right now. I'll let it drop. Now, when you're fishing with this is a jackhammer rattle trap. I mean jackhandle. Rattle trap or chatterbait. Jackhammer. It's a jackhammer chatterbait with a black and blue half-ounce head and a rage tail swim bait. When it drops, you can feel the vibration on the tip of the line, and as you reel it in, you can feel the vibration of the chatter of that blade vibrating. And what I'm doing is I'm reeling it in real slow. I'll give it a little rip every once in a while, real slow. Do I use worms? Lady 2009. Like live worms, if I'm fishing bluegills and I'm trying to do a fish fry, yeah. For what I'm fishing, I use artificial worms. Bass, I've caught a few fish off worms, off bass, but not often. Which you catch one, so it'd be a rare catch. But I do catch them off of a rubber worm. I catch a lot of them off of, it's an artificial rubber plastic worm, and it's fun. It's really fun doing that. I like using artificial bait and actually making them bite. That's my way of fishing. Any minute, I'm gonna catch one here. Oh man, that was a hit. That was a hit. really see the phone. So if you guys put any comments in the comment section, when I do get a chance to look at the screen, I'm gonna try to reply back to you guys. But I am the sun is kind of got a little glare on the screen right now, so I can see just a little bit.